180! Mike 54. Here we go.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Get out the field, defense.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man, complete. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Cooper was the target there. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch twist. Switch. 80 weapon.
Mayfield now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. The kick by Joseph is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey. We're going to 53.
Now Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he lost the football. Cooper was the intended target.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be fielded at the 8. He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On second down now, it's Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go, 47.
53, Mike. You remember this? Let's go.
On second and very short, Prescott flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The sack by Robert Quinn. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
All day, dog. Set.
Go to 54, go to 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
At 47.
53, Mike. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. And a play like that with how far he had to go to make that sack shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now. Mayfield. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
8 yards to go.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Tighten up.
Room past the 20. And he cuts it right sideline. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 45 yards on the ground.
First down, Dallas.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, it's all right. Check nickel.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Prescott to throw on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On the ground with a tight end. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
There we go. Slide in. There we go. Kill.
53. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. 46.
58, right over. Mike, 58, right there.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Here's Beckham. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Rapid.
Hey, exit. Let's go. Watch out.
They'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
54. You can't block me. You can't block me. Shit.
Hey, alert.
One last shot for Mayfield here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on, and that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.